afternoon. I'm continuing my series of conversations with the candidates, and today I have Raph Graybill here. He's running for Attorney General. Hey, Raph.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you too. How did your event go in Ferris Park?
It went really well.
Cool.
It was great. Nice rainy day, knocking the smoke out of the sky. So
yeah,
can't complain.
It was very hazy yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and that isn't really good for the eyes or the lungs.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so you're running for Attorney General, and tell me what this is going to kind of be Attorney General 101, because there's a lot of different. There's a big umbrella for the Attorney General, and I would just like you to kind of lay out what you think some of the more important pieces of being the Attorney General are, if you could do that.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. So if you start in the Montana Constitution, the Attorney General is described as the chief legal officer of the state. Mm-hmm. And the way that most Attorneys General of Montana have interpreted that is you're the state's top lawyer, and you get to represent the people of the state of Montana in court. And I think the most sacred and primary duty of the Attorney General is to take our values as they're embodied in our Constitution and give those values life and meaning in the legal system. And in that sense, it's a job that's quite a bit different than some of the other, so-called down-ballot statewide offices where you're just administering programs, very important programs. The AG is a bit different because it's a lot more discretionary, whether it's defending the state from suit or affirmatively going out and picking fights to enforce the law. The first and foremost duty of the AG is to give our Constitution meaning and life, to bring it off of the paper and into our daily lives. And that can take on all kinds of different forms. We will talk about the criminal law aspect of that. The AG is the top law enforcement officer in the state. There's an important role advocating for consumers in the Attorney General's office. And there's a sort of core important role that is bringing the Constitution to life. And you see that in all manner of different cases. AG also does some stuff folks probably don't know about, but that are also important. So the AG oversees motor vehicle licensing in Montana, driver's licenses in Montana. They regulate gaming in Montana and do some liquor license related enforcement issues. It's a pretty big agency. It's about 800 people at the Montana Department of Justice. But if you go back to our state constitution, the core role is really to be your lawyer, to be Montana's lawyer. And as I've gone around the state talking to people about this job, the way I've put it is when you're hiring a lawyer, and if you're in a position in your life where unfortunately you have to hire a lawyer, you ask a different set of questions than you might ask if you're hiring a legislator or a governor, right? This isn't a job where you just take position on things. It's not just a political job, it's a services job where we should expect things from them. And if you were hiring a lawyer in your life, you'd ask questions like, is this person competent? Can they get the job done? Will they give me independent advice? Do I trust them to fight for me even when I'm busy doing other things in my life? Mm-hmm. And you don't ask questions like, who's the most politically extreme person I can hire for this job? That wouldn't serve you well. So that's really how I've tried to bring the job to life to people as I talk about it around the state. And as you mentioned, it's a pretty broad job with a lot of really important different aspects.
So tell me what distinguishes you from your opponent, because I know that Austin Knudsen is pretty extreme. And I mean, he's the law and order candidate. And that seems to be what the other party is trying to really label every Democrat running as a radical. And so give me some distinctions between you and your opponent.
I'm going to have to stop myself here because we could spend the whole interview talking about the distinctions. I mean, so I'll start with similarities. Austin and I are both lawyers in our 30s. Mm-hmm. It ends there. When it comes to actual legal experience standing up for Montana, fighting and winning, there is zero comparison. Austin was a county prosecutor for 4 months before he decided to run for Attorney General, and his tenure as county attorney has been marked by losing routine cases, screwing up big cases, and generally creating problems when it came to responding to the public health needs of his county as it confronted COVID.
Recently.
Recently.
The rodeo.
Yes.
Yes.
Austin offered the extravagant and bizarre legal theory that public health doesn't apply on private property. Okay, you think about that for a second. That would suggest that a county health officer couldn't do something about the food poisoning you got at a restaurant. I mean, it's completely lawless. It is not law and order. It's the opposite. It's anarchy, and it is not serving this community well. His criminal justice plans as well are not law and order criminal justice plans. He has been running on two ideas in this campaign. One is eliminating the Affordable Care Act, which would be a disaster, and we should definitely talk about that.
Yeah.
On the criminal justice arena, he has one dangerous idea, which is at the state level, he wants to gut the Montana Department of Justice.